Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, happy National Mario Day to everyone, to all Nintendo fans out there, including myself. Today is the national recognized day for Mario in celebration of, Mario's and a character for Nintendo and all the video games. So I thought this video today that we would do a quick video on my favorite Mario games celebrated. From my favorite 2D Mario game to favorite, open world Mario, all those kind of things. I'm going to go through and give you guys, some of my favorite games in those genres to celebrate Mario as a character and to give you guys some idea on how good some of these Mario games have been over the years. And you can see I'm in celebration. I have a Mario shirt with all the different Marios on it right here. And of course I got my Mario PJs on in celebration as well. Alright guys, so my first category on the list is of course my favorite 2D Mario game. I have 3 games to show you here. I'll give you, my top games in the field that we're talking about, and then of course go into which one is actually my favorite. So the first one we have here is Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES, Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, and since I don't actually have the case for it because a lot of the games I have on the Switch are digital, we have New Super Mario Bros. Wii U on the, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. So let's start with, what my favorite is and why. So my favorite out of all these 3 games is Super Mario World. Now, obviously, Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES was a really sought-after game that a lot of people liked, but I unfortunately never had an NES system growing up. My first system that I actually got was the Atari, and then I went straight into the Super Nintendo. So I don't have as much nostalgic feeling for this one because I didn't play it with the rest of the world. But Super Mario World is a phenomenal game that I played as a kid as soon as it came out from beginning to end, and I have a lot of favorite memories playing this game, and this game is obviously one of the standout Mario games of our time, and that is definitely my pick. Shout out to New Super Mario's Deluxe on the Switch that came out. This is a phenomenal game, more so because you can play with 4 players and have a lot of fun with 4 of your friends playing, a 2D Mario game, and it's excellently done with a lot of levels to play, and so this one recently came out a couple of months ago, but also was on the Wii U, so really solid game there, especially with 4 players of your friends, which is why it made this list. And that is my favorite 2D Mario game. Again, New Super Mario's World on the Super Nintendo. Now let's move on to my favorite Mario Kart game. We have 3 here as well. So we got Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube. We got Mario Kart 7 on the Nintendo 3DS. And of course we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. The best game, obviously, out of these 3 for me is going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Even though these are some classics, the GameCube one I have some fond memories of, a Double Dash and introduced 2 characters on a cart. A lot of fun to play this game. I still play this game to this day. And Mario Kart 7, being a 3D Mario Kart game, which is why I made this list also, is because I love the 3D effect in this game and it works really well on the 3DS and gives you a whole new perspective on the Mario Kart franchise. But overall, the new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that came out on the Switch is nothing that you can hold a candle to. Has 48 courses, I believe, from all the different games from the past. The new version on the Switch also brought the battle mode in there with a bunch of 5 different versions of games that you can play in the battle mode, and 8 different courses from all the different generations as well. Online multiplayer, 8 Switch players playing locally with each other, 4 players on the same TV. Just so much game in Mario Kart Deluxe, and it looks phenomenal. Obviously, on the Nintendo Switch, the best-looking Mario Kart game. Play this game all the time on the Switch, and it's easily my favorite Mario Kart game that has come out. They did a solid job with this one. So that's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, being my favorite Mario Kart game. Moving along now, we're moving to our favorite handheld system. Now I'm excluding the Switch out of handheld because it's technically a console, it's a hybrid. So none of those games are included, but my favorite Mario handheld game. We have 2 games to show off here. We have New Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo DS, and we have Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS. Out of these 2 games, my favorite out of these are easily Super Mario 3D Land. This game is just phenomenal. The phenomenal use of 3D on the 3DS, and it's probably the best game to get on the 3DS if you're looking to experience a game, built from the ground up to show that 3D and to give it a good use out of there and not just be a gimmick and all that stuff. This is a phenomenal game that uses the 3D extremely well and makes for really good and cool courses that you haven't seen in a Mario game before. Everybody who's a fan of Mario games needs to check this game out on the 3DS. It's a solid game. Of course, the new Super Mario Bros. On the DS was also a solid game, a great 2D Mario game that came out on that system. And, I had a lot of fun with this one as well, but nothing beats the 3D and Super Mario 3D Land, as far as the handheld systems go. So, easily my favorite handheld game from the Mario franchise, Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS. Alright, and now the next category that we're looking at is my favorite Mario Party game that has come out over the generations. There's a lot of Mario Party games that have come out. Obviously, there was 10 that came out, and then the Switch version just came out. So, we have 3 games here to show off. We have Mario Party 2 on the N64, Mario Party 5 on the GameCube, and, of course, Super Mario Party on the Nintendo Switch. Now, the one I'm going to go with for my favorite game standing out right now for Mario Party to play with friends is probably still Mario Party 5 on the GameCube, with Super Mario Party a close second sitting behind it. So, Mario Party 2, starting off with that on the N64, I have a lot of fond memories with this version of the game. A lot of friends came over and played this game back in the day on the N64 when I owned it. And it still holds up pretty well today. Mashing those N64 controllers is something that you can't do anything else, and getting those thumbsticks on your hands and hurting your hands and stuff like that, trying to do those mini games. But Mario Party 5, when it came along on the GameCube, was just a standout game. A lot of over 70 mini games on this one, and it had some of my favorite games on here. It had the basketball mini game that was on here. I believe this is also the one that had the 2-on-2 hockey game that's on here. Just a lot of standout Mario Party games. The maps on this game were really well done as well, which is the reason that it heads over Super Mario Party on the Switch here. Because Super Mario Party, while excellent, the mini games are all extremely well done, much better than any of the Mario Party games that have come out, except for when you start going earlier, the Wii ones weren't as good as this one. The Wii U one wasn't as good as this one. So the Mario mini games in this one are actually probably easily, in the top 2 games as far as mini games go. But unfortunately, it was a letdown as far as the actual maps that you're running around. They're a lot smaller and they're not as interesting, especially according to Mario Party 5, that have a lot more interesting levels and stuff, which is why this one takes the cake as far as my favorite Super Mario Party game to play with friends. That's Super Mario Party 5 on the GameCube. Moving along now to my favorite Mario RPG. Now, I have 2 games for this one that I played a lot when I was a kid that are standouts in this category for me, and that is Paper Mario on the N64 and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars on the Super Nintendo. And out of these 2 games, the one I have to go with is Paper Mario on the N64. Paper Mario is obviously a long-running series. A lot of people are hoping that it comes on the Switch, sometime soon. They obviously came out with a GameCube version and a Wii version as well, and a Wii U version, and all of those are solid titles, but this is the one that I have most nostalgic for, and the one that I actually finished, which is the one that came out on the N64 as a kid. This is a great RPG game if you want to get into depth with a Mario game, doing the tactics and going through a long, 40-plus hour game in some of these cases. The one next to it here is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Is also a really solid game, but unfortunately I actually haven't finished this game yet. I'm well into the game, over 20 hours into this game, but this game is really long and a lot of stuff to do, but I don't think it's going to overtake Paper Mario as my favorite, Mario RPG game. So, Paper Mario as my favorite RPG game for the N64. Moving along now to my favorite sports game involving Mario, and we have 3 games here for all relating to sports games that have come out Mario over the years, and we have first Super Mario, or Mario Superstar Baseball for the GameCube. We have Mario and Sonic London 2012 Olympic Games for the Wii. And we have Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube. And the winner out of these 3 games for my favorite sports game relating to Mario is Mario Strikers for the GameCube. This is such a solid game for the GameCube, and I'm really hoping, and a lot of people still are out there, that they come out with this game on the Nintendo Switch. Out of all the sports games that they need to come out with, I think this one needs to come out again ASAP. A lot of people have been clamoring for it. It's been a long time since we've gotten anything like this. The GameCube is obviously the last one, and I really hope that this one comes out soon for the Nintendo Switch. But man, this GameCube version, there's nothing else like it. Playing soccer with this and using items against your opponents and stuff like that. 2v2 against your friends. 4-player mayhem on the GameCube. It's such a solid game. The runners up here, Mario Superstar Baseball, obviously was another great game involving baseball. A lot of people also liked, and you know, has a solid foundation. I'm not even a really big baseball fan, but this game is a game that I'll always play and not turn down because of the Mario mechanics in the game and all that stuff. So Super Mario Baseball on the GameCube is another solid one. And one of the series that I hope makes a continued comeback that I really, really like is the Mario and Sonic franchise. And this is probably my favorite, Mario and Sonic London 2012 for the Wii. It basically combines a lot of the Olympic Games. And we have, you know, a soccer version on here. We have horse racing, boat racing, and stuff like that. But what makes this version stand out, this one has dream events, which is basically when they take a Mario level and they add, you know, crazy dynamic things that happen and very different to the game and combine a lot of things. The dream events are what makes this one stand out. They cut out a lot of the dream events in the Wii U version, unfortunately. It's not as good as this version here, which is why this version makes this list. And this is a solid title if you're looking for 4-player games and sports games to play with your friends, see who's the Olympic champion and stuff like that. This is a long-running series. They have at least 5 or 6 different versions of this game. And I hope that it makes a comeback on the Switch because I really like this series. So, Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube as my favorite sports game involving Mario. Alright guys, and the last category that we have here is Mario, the best Mario open world game. Now we have 3 games for this one as well. First one we have here is Super Mario 64. And then we have on the Wii, Super Mario Galaxy 2. And of course we have Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to have to go with Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this one's really, really close. The closest out of any of the categories that I had to go through here on which one to actually choose out of these 3. Because Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii is an outstanding game that they did. A lot of people are actually hoping that this comes out back again in like an HD remake kind of form or a sequel to this game. This is a phenomenal game on the Wii. If you guys have never played, you know, the Mario Galaxy series, at least play the second one. It has such interesting gameplay compared to the other Mario games. Very different than the other one. It feels a little bit similar to Mario 64 with how the levels are designed and stuff, but it's still very, very unique. Excellent level design. This is such a great game, guys. Definitely check this one out. And it has co-op where you can play with a friend. And Super Mario 64, the reason that this one didn't overtake is because I also played this one later when it came out. I had N64, but I didn't play Super Mario 64 for a while after it came out. And it's an excellent game. It doesn't hold up as well as some of the other games because obviously the games in the N64 are, you know, the 3D. You have to definitely play it on a retro TV like behind me, so it still looks pretty good. But, you know, it's obviously a timeless classic. I'll have this game forever, and I'll play this game every once in a while and go through it again because of how timeless it is. But Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch was a game that came out, you know, when it first the Switch first came out, and the worlds that are in there, the design of the worlds, I'm still collecting moons to this day when I play this game. And there's so many moons to collect in the game, so many different like intricate parts of the level that you come across that you didn't see before. I love the Donkey Kong City level. The theme song is great that they made for that game. They have some great music in Super Mario Odyssey. The levels are great. The world that they put you in, and I was hoping that they release some DLC with a new world or even some new stuff, but unfortunately that never happened. But I hope that they release a sequel for the Odyssey franchise because it's a great open world Mario game. They did an outstanding job with this game on the Nintendo Switch, and it is my pick for the best open world Mario game, Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. So guys, that is my favorite Mario games across all the different genres that I can think of that are standouts here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We did this video for the first time, you know, behind my retro area to give you guys, you know, some cool new look here for Mario Day, you know, here with my pal Mario sitting here on the side. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, of course, about anything you guys saw, leave them down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Happy Mario Day.
Tech, UrGamingTechie is the gaming tech. UrGamingTechie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. UrGamingTechie is the gaming